All right, hello everyone. It's Sunday night, just past 10 o'clock. Connor, unfortunately, wasn't able to make it for Trade Talk today. We will do one later in the week. I just thought I'd do a Trade Talk now as well, because I said we would, and I have a bit of free time, so I guess I can just expand upon a couple of trade ideas as well as he's in Euro Swiss short as well. So let's have a look at that. Normally we'd open it up with Connor going over his trades, and then I go over my trades. So he was on a whiskey tour today, so he's incapacitated right now. So you're a Swiss. Okay, nice. I'm assuming now he does trade on the daily, so I'm gonna get. He might do a 4 hour because this looks like he might have ended here potentially. I thought it was earlier, Connor. I thought maybe even here. So this is actually looking pretty good. So we'll see. He'll be back later in the week. But this is Trade Talk episode 101. So we're actually looking at nearly 2 years of this straight. It's been every week for 2 years, 52 weeks in the year. So it's been fun. And if, longer term viewers, if you've watched and obviously you've seen things slowly grow. It was demo account, it's live account. I'm doing a prop firm trial. I've got another live account. So it's slowly growing. And that's really what normal trading is about, like real life trading. It's not fancy cars and women and all this crazy stuff. A lot of that is just scams. So, but yeah, Euro Swiss looks pretty good. I reckon kind of probably ended around here. So, or here. I'm not too sure, but it's looking because I know he doesn't take trades on Friday, so it wouldn't have been that candle there. But the US was actually looking not too bad. All right, now USD CAD. USD CAD. This was mentioned in the group I'm in as well, with Sunny Gamer too. Sorry, subscribe to the channel, so thank you, Sunny. This looks good. Now, let's bring the daily up. So I had the light on, but it's really bright. I was outside a lot. I got enough sun today, so you can see me. But it's really focused on the charts, not so much me. So this candle's interesting. It does sort of look like there's some exhaustion present. And I just want to wait until the 55-day moving average sort of turns around. This is a new chart that I've been experimenting with for lower time frame sort of stuff. We've got a couple of, what is this? A gentleman on the Gold Coast. I should refer him to the chat as well. So we've got the 144, we've got the 169 moving average, we've got the 20 and the 12. Okay, so still, if I was doing it on a 4 hour, I mean, maybe even the close of that candle there is a sort of potential entry. As it's definitely turned. Now, where it is currently, tomorrow what I would like to see is just real low, moves, nothing crazy, and nothing really up or down, just sideways, maybe even up a little bit's fine. And then I would wait for the Tuesday around 4 p.m. London time, London session sort of time, and I would wait for that 4 hour candle to close. I think it would be like around, what would it be? Session open. It would it'd be the 6 o'clock candle on the 4 hour. So I'd wait for that to sort of close, and then go from there. And also gold as well was discussed. We can bring that up. Obviously, my Aussie dollar, I mean, we'll just sort of bring that up again. I've talked about it a little bit. That's that. That's the Aussie dollar. Is it going to bounce? Is it going to fall? Who knows? Look, I mean, it's just really enjoyable. If you have a lot of money on a trade and you're getting very concerned, it's just too much money. Like obviously this is a small account. I've got it running on another account as well, which is about 5 times this. So, but I still don't care because it's all relative. If you had $1 million account and you're risking 2%, you should feel the same. Like you shouldn't be like, oh my god, I'm so stressed. Like you might not even be a trader then. If you can't deal with losing 2% of the account, then you sort of need to maybe say to yourself, you value money too much, and maybe it's money you can't lose. Like you're not willing to lose. It might be living expenses money or something. So very psychological trading, like it really is. Like you can see, I got into this on the 7th, and it's not really done too much, and it doesn't really bother me. So it's the name of the game. Like you'd see me last month was positive, but December wasn't. You know, there were a few losing trades. Well, I think it was a losing trade then two break evens. So you really want, once you're in a winning position, you really want to milk it. Like you just, as long as it's valid, that's quite important. So we'll get gold up, and then I want to get the Bitcoin futures up as well, just to monitor that. It's always interesting. Gold, gold. Put my water here. Let's go. I thought I didn't bring it. All right, gold to doing. This was also discussed, and I agree. To me, right here was a big test. You know, if it was going to really continue falling, and it hasn't. So again, tomorrow I want to wait, see things stabilize, or even just dip down a little bit. That's fine, and then come in on the Tuesday and we go from there. So it would be really nice to see it up to the mid-20s, but an entry, even back down here, if it sort of bounces off this support that it's found here, would be good. But just wait and see what Monday brings, and then sort of go from there. All right, so that's gold and just Bitcoin futures. So I don't currently trade it, but I do have an account with these guys, but it's at a prop firm, so it's not my capital. So I'm not there currently right now. It's based in Sydney. I have to be in Sydney for a few months, so I just need some more savings to sort of do that, to be honest. So I'm paying a mortgage here. I didn't really want to rent this place out because I don't want to be in Sydney for like 6 to 12 months, to be honest. It's just a little bit too manic for me, especially in the city. I actually asked to live in the office, and they're like, no, that's not gonna. It's like a fire hazard or something. So not live but sleep. But it was sort of, they still haven't given me a concrete gun. But I don't really want to do that. I mean, imagine doing that for like 3 to 6 months. That'd be terrible. That would be terrible. So it has bounced a little bit. The test will be, if we can see some continuation and a break of that high there at 37.08. So I touch upon that a little bit as well. Ethereum, see what it's doing. It's a little bit different with BitMEX. Like obviously Forex, like there's an order book here and then there's recent trades, and you can see the volume as well. So it's quite interesting. So it's had a bounce. So Ethereum and Bitcoin are quite similar in how they behave as well. I think this is daily, so you have a bit of sell off on Tron. So we didn't trade Tron, Ripple, EOS, Bitcoin Cash, Cardano. We didn't do that. It was just Bitcoin and Ethereum against the US dollar here on the BitMEX exchange. So I have done this before. You had to build the profitability up to like 2 coins to start drawing from the account as well, and I wasn't near that either. So that was another thing. So there's no salary or anything. It was just a bit of a Wild West sort of thing. But it's quite interesting just to watch and to see how it interacts, because there's a lot of spoofing. It's not regulated either, so things can get wild. You can get filled terribly, or you can feel great, and then closing a trade when things freeze up, which they do when there's high activity going on the site. That's where the money's made, but at the same time, you've got to sort of like look at this, look at the volume and the orders coming in. Now it's a bit of a spoofing thing, like these guys, are they legitimate or not? It's sort of like they're not stepping down, okay, a little bit. Anyway, so that's that. And I went through the US index as well in the previous video, so that was like 96.60 or so. It's in regards to US dollar strength, so it's still a point of interest. But it'd be nice to see that ease a little bit. And the USD CAD trade as a sell is a possibility as well. Alright, that's it guys. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.